Hello and welcome. Go ahead and hit me a thumbs up and click the subscribe button if you are coming back to watch one of these videos with me today. I'd really appreciate it. It helps me grow my channel. This one we are going to be doing some Jefferson curls and Jefferson curl variation so we can build some strength in spinal flexion and really help solidify the relationship we have between our core and our spine, which is really linked. I know for me, until I started incorporating things like this into my routine, I would continuously pull my back and not know why, my low back, doing movements like handstand and have to take a couple days out of the gym. That's until I found spinal flexion training. And you often hear lifting with a rounded back is something that is unsafe, but literally think about anything you lift off the floor in a normal day. Are you finding a perfect hip hinge and then picking something up? Probably not. You're probably leaning over like this and grabbing it. So we want to be strong in that position because you are going to have to use it just being a human being, right? So this first variation I'm going to start you off on is going to be on the floor. I like to solidify the connection between spinal flexion and the abs starting on our backs before I have clients work up into a standing position. So this one, some of the things you might need are a mat. So we're going to go ahead and find a seat. Legs are going to be out in front of you. Knees are going to be bent. And we're going to start with one of my favorite movements for this, the Pilates roll down. So we're going to sit up tall and then begin to make a C shape. So I'm thinking about pushing my heart back, my hips stay still, and I begin to reach towards my feet. It's not the goal here to reach your feet. It's more the goal to make a C with your upper body. From here, I take a big inhale, and then I exhale, thinking about pulling that belly button up and in. And I'm just thinking about slowly articulating through my spine as I tuck my pelvis under to come down. Very good. And then I like to take a big inhale, outstretch my arms overhead. And if you're new to this exercise, just go ahead and press on up. So that's version one. Version one, we're making a C. We're rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Taking a big inhale, allowing your pelvis to do whatever it wants to do. And then you're just pushing up into your seat. Version two, we're going to start to grab onto the legs and start to roll up. So we're reaching, again, make that C, big inhale to prepare. Exhale to lower down one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, bring the hands overhead. Breathe in the tummy. And then exhale, you're going to pull the belly button in, tuck the pelvis, bend the knees. And then use your legs to help you get up. So I'll show that one more time. I'm rolling down. Take a big inhale, exhale, tuck the pelvis, belly button pulls in, you bend the knees, you roll up. All right, now version three, we're gonna start to try to roll up without your hands. So start practicing version 1 and 2. You can do somewhere between, choose a version where you can do somewhere between 5 to 12 reps with good form and a slow pace. And then once you have that, and you've been trying that for a couple of weeks, you can go ahead and try this last variation as you're ready. So you're gonna reach towards your feet, inhale to prepare, exhale to roll back nice and slowly. Inhale, arms are gonna sweep overhead. Exhale, you're gonna pull that belly button up and in. You're gonna tuck your pelvis so it hits flat on the mat. And then you're gonna use your core and your spine to get on up to complete the full roll up. So we're inhaling, preparing, exhale to lower down, slowly articulating between each spine. The pelvis tucks under, ribs pull in. Big inhale to allow yourself to breathe into the tummy. Exhale, tailbone's gonna tuck. You pull that belly button up and in, and you use your core to help you get up. What I don't want to see is you're down here. I'm just using all my momentum. So the difference in here, I'm being very controlled. I'm using my tummy pulling up and in, the pelvis pushes into the mat, and that's what lifts me off the ground. All right, same with that variation. Go ahead and work up to the point where you can do around 5 to 12 to 15 reps pretty easily, and do one of those variations before you go and head on to the movement I'm going to do, which is the Jefferson Curl. So now that you're nice and warmed up with your core on the ground, we're going to start to put this into practice standing with some Jefferson Curl variations. So if you're brand new to this, I actually like to teach these against the wall. That way you can feel what's going on in your spine. So feet are going to be hip width apart. You're going to find a posterior tuck of the pelvis, so your lower back is nice and flat on the mat, and then hands are going to come to your legs. From here, you can take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, you're going to begin to tuck your chin in towards your chest, and then begin to round each part of your vertebrae as you keep that lower back pressed up against the wall. You're going to go down as far as you can, that you feel comfy, and then you're going to drive into your feet, squeeze your butt, come on up. So it's a great place to start if maybe you've had low back injuries, disc herniation, yada, yada, yada. This is a great way to start introducing some safe spinal flexion along with the ones on the floor. So you'll take a big inhale, exhale, keep the posterior tuck of the pelvis, round down one vertebrae at a time, drive into your feet. Squeeze your glutes, come on up. And again, you can try that same thing freestanding. So feet hip width, find the ground down equally until all parts of your feet, big toe, pinky toe, and heel in between back and front of the foot. Tuck that pelvis. Hands are going to come to legs. We take a big inhale. Exhale, chin tucks. You push your heart back. Keep the pelvis tucked. And you slowly begin to segment one vertebrae at a time, coming down. Drive into your feet, squeeze your butt, come up. Version 2, I like to try without my hands. It's just like the one we did on the ground with the roll down. So you'll take a big inhale, sweep your hands tall overhead, tuck that pelvis, drive into your feet. Big inhale. Exhale, chin is going to tuck. You're going to press your heart back, mid back. A low back stays tucked. And then you begin to round one vertebrae at a time, coming down nice and slowly. Again, you can stop at any spot that feels like it's a good stopping point for you. And then you're going to drive into your feet, squeeze your butt, come on up. Again, so big inhale, exhale, chin's going to tuck. You're going to press that chest and heart back. And then slowly segment each vertebrae at a time. Very good. Go ahead and practice whatever variation works best for you, either starting at the wall, starting with your feet, or the ones with the hands overhead. And you really want to choose the variation that you feel safe in, because feeling safe and supported in whatever mobility movement that we're going to do is going to be key for you to progress. If it's something that the body doesn't feel safe in, you are not going to see that progress, because we're never going to be able to breathe fully and fully relax into the position. So choose that. Once you have gotten comfortable with these, you've been doing a couple sets, you can start to, and somewhere between 5 to 20 reps, you can start to, after weeks, after months of practice, once you feel safe and confident, adding weight and adding height. So you can see as I was starting to do these, I could get my palms to the floor. So you have the potential that you're going to be able to get your palms past your feet. So you can begin to do that and add some weight and elevate your feet so you can get a little bit more range of motion. So I could do these same things standing on something like a slant board or a low box at the gym or some plates to start to give me some height, and then I can add weights. But it's even more important that when we add weights that we're really mindful and we're taking the time to breathe, to squeeze, to stay posteriorly tucked, so this can be a safe movement. And just like any movement, remember, like any movement can be safe if you work up to the capacity to be able to do it. And taking the time to work through some of these preparatory exercises is going to be the way that we can get there, and then slowly adding load over time. If you're feeling like it's hard to keep your spine, hard to keep your pelvis in the right position, or this feels really tight in your calves or your hamstrings, you might need more joint-specific work before seeing progress with the Jefferson Curl. So just keep in mind, this is just one movement. This isn't going to solve everything, and you might need other things depending on your body. If you'd like to know a little bit how to figure out what you need for your specific body, you can click the link in my link tree, book an assessment with me, and I'd be happy to run through some tests and come up with a plan that helps you get there. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great one.